All right, we move on to the NBA, buds. We have 4 week of NBA under our belt. We're on NBA week 2, actually. What are you guys' biggest takeaways? I have some questions aligned for you guys. We do takeaways first, and my questions, then we can move on. JB, we start with you, but NBA takeaways. Let's get to it.
Brooklyn running away with the East. That's my biggest takeaway. Uh, them guys is just too good, man. When healthy, clicking on all cylinders, they just they don't look like they will be beatable in big games. So I mean, I feel like they'll run away. I haven't really seen much from Milwaukee to show me like, okay, they're gonna be better than what they were last year. Coming out, they just gave up 130 points to the Knicks, but also just blew the Heat out by almost 50 last night. So the inconsistency with their play is my biggest thing with them. In the West, we all know who's coming out the West. Like the Lakers. I thought the Clippers was going to at least put up a fight, at least somewhat, but they just got blown out by 51 by the Mavs. So
But they
I don't
beat them
foresee
opening
them.
night, though.
Yeah, that don't matter. You lose by 51 by the Mac to the Mavs. I don't care. What? No, you just don't lose by 51. But at the same time, man, it's just like who's really beating the Lakers? No one. I see no team over there that could contend with them at all.
You didn't see the Blazers just drop, like, put them, like, just beat them. Gary Trent going off, Dame going off. Like, what are you saying?
My
I
two
like it.
seed. My 2 seed.
I like it. That'll get you. That'll get you 5-1. No, 4-1. I'm sorry, 4-1.
Oh,
They'll
gotcha.
be they'll be Lakers in five.
I got
Really?
you.
Hmm.
Standing on that, I got you. Demond, what are your NBA takeaways so far, bud?
I mean, I knew the Kyrie slander was gonna come back to bite some folks. I'm not gonna say any names. Just
Derek.
you want to talk about it? Kyrie B's about it. He's an artist on the court, and he just shows that. But I want to talk about the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers are as good as we thought they were. They're 2-2 right now, but like they have looked good, and like I mean, I just don't see anybody beating them in 4 games. That's all it comes down to. Like, I don't see anybody beating the Lakers in 4 times, and I don't see anybody beating the Nets 4 times besides the Lakers. So, like, I mean, that's what it comes down to for me. I think we're just on a crash course. I mean, this is what I already knew. LeBron and AD are going to dominate the West, and KD and Kyrie are going to dominate the East. It's really that simple for me.
Gotcha. Cut Carter, where is your biggest NBA takeaways from this week and a half of NBA play?
I want to see if you talk about the Pelicans.
I mean, I don't.
Ooh.
I think the Hawks look good. They look good for that first week. They surprising a lot of people. A lot of people got them on their radar now. The Magic are surprised. I didn't think they'd be undefeated to this point, to be honest.
Markel Fultz, put some respect on his name.
Uh, the Clippers got embarrassed by the Mavericks. I loved every moment of that. Lakers look like the Lakers. They're gonna lose games and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Coming off the shortest off season ever. Luka still got the magic, and Porzingis is supposed to come back in a couple weeks, so that's gonna be dangerous. And my last takeaway, who I want to talk about. I will say Brooklyn look good. They're not bad like at all. I never said they was gonna be bad. I just don't think they're gonna come out the East, but they look good. And I think the Bucks as well. After the way they beat the Heat, they trying to make a statement this season. And I didn't expect them to hit no 29 threes in the game. I didn't even know they had the shooting ability to go crazy like that. So that's my biggest takeaway so far. And this what it's been 7, 8 days, 9 days.
Yep. Got you. As we welcome in Mr. Johnny Mars. Johnny Mars, how you doing today, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing well this evening. How is everybody else, man? I appreciate you asking.
We're good. We're good. I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Biggest NBA takeaway through the first week and a half. Let us know.
The Hawks are going to go to the Eastern Conference Championship because
Wow.
they have a really great three-point scoring team, chemistry. Their players have been together for a minute for those that are there starting, and then those who are reserves. They're getting it together, and surprisingly enough, they figured it out. And I think that if they're able to beat the Knicks tonight in a close one that they're in right now, that'll make a statement to the rest of the NBA that, you know, this is a top team. We knew that they'd be a playoff team. We said that last week, but we didn't know they'd most likely be a top 4 playoff team, which is what
I just want to say real quick, like I'm watching them, and Trey is doing this move where he's coming off the screen and got guys trailing on his back, and he's forcing like James Harden-esque free throws. He's getting to the line at a ridiculous amount. I think people are understanding the hype around Trey. Like he might be not just us as fans, but like the respect he's getting call wise every night, dropping buckets, assists. The Hawks are winning now. I mean, he has 23 points, 10 assists, and he shot 13 free throws. 14 free throws. Like literally, I just watched him make another one. So that's what I'm saying. Like the Hawks could be dangerous. I don't.
John, I agree with your statement that the Nets. This is a statement when if they beat the Nets. I agree with that 100%. Going back to your predictions of the NBA playoffs you made last season, the Hawks were nowhere on your list. What changed? Like, what did you notice that made you want to suddenly believe in the Hawks and even an Eastern Conference finalists?
Well, the list that was posted officially was I felt like I said the Hawks were going to go. I said they'd be a playoff team. So I don't know if that was just misunderstood, but I do think they will be the AC. That was last week. I still stand by that. However, I will say the Knicks are a great team as well. That's another takeaway. I don't want to tell y'all I told y'all so on the Knicks, but Julius Randle having triple doubles, the first Knick power forward to do that since the 80s, first Knick to do that since Alfred last year. So I think he's gonna carry the team over. But the Hawks, I mean, bro, like they're shooting so amazing, like, and because they're shooting at a high level, and because they have, I feel like, a social aware type of coach in Larry Drew, I think they're gonna be pretty straight. So that should take them to the Eastern Conference Finals if they keep shooting like the way they are, because everyone is hot, and not to mention their defense is getting better too. I know you see the Nets put up 90, but they have to. The Nets have to put up that many points to score with them. But Cam Reddish is coming along as well, and if Cam Reddish develops into that two-way player that they need, like he ripped KD earlier, and he's been guarding him for most of the game. But KD got like a triple double right now. But it's just the Hawks. The Hawks are a great team. I think what I'm saying. Like they'll make some noise when it comes down to May, June, and we're looking at the playoff seeding. They'll be at the top.
I kid you not, Trey is shooting more free throws.
Before I got a couple of takeaways. I start with some winless teams. We have the Washington Wizards and my Toronto Raptors. Raptors 0-3, Wizards 0-4. The Wizards, I said in my prediction, I expected them to struggle, and this is a part of their struggle. So I do have them figuring it out sometimes, just getting reacclimated with Russ, like fixing like what lineups work, what lineups don't work. So I did foresee that. I did not foresee the Raptors being 0-3. I think them not being in Canada is stripping away of their power, similar to the Black Panther. Like there's just something wrong with Toronto right now. I just don't understand what's going on with them. Another takeaway I have from my week and a half is the Memphis Grizzlies will not make the playoffs. I think losing Ja Morant to injury and Jaren Jackson still coming off of injury, still being hurt, I think that will hinder them. I think post All-Star break when they're like want to make a push for it, I think it would be just too late due just the injuries that just wrecked their season. So that's my another takeaway. And last but not least, Jalen, I've been documenting the Wiggins season with you since the season started. Is Andrew Wiggins finally figuring it out, you guys?
Andrew Wiggins has been going crazy his last 2 games.
13 points game 1, 12 points game 2, but game 3 and 4, 20. Game 3 in the last game against, I believe it was the Bulls, or no, it was the Pistons. 27 points game 4. Warriors at a 2-2 record, averaging 18 points per game. Is this the Wiggins you've been trying to tell me and Cut about, Jalen?
Yes, he's a good player, as you can see. Not a superstar, not an all-star, but a good player. And he's proving that he is a good player. It's just going to take him some time to get acclimated into that system. And the Warriors are going to start winning games, which they have.
Above average player.
Good. He's a good player. Don't hate, bro. Don't hate. Get the hate out your heart. I don't know.
I'm pretty right about the Warriors.
I'm not Andrew Wiggins. About the Warriors? About how they making the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good.
All right, one at a time. All right, Derek, you go.
I was just saying, average don't mean you're not good. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, y'all get very disrespectful though.
Average don't mean you're not good. You made it to that level.
You the same person that said T.J. McCollum wasn't an All-Star.
No, that was me. He's
He was
not.
an All-Star last year.
CJ won't be an All. He won't be an All-Star this year.
He has to go.
He's
We
a
told
star.
you our reasoning, but if you don't make the All-Star game, you can't be an All-Star.
That's facts.
Kyrie
he's
made
really-
John Collins fall.
Okay.
No cap.
Stop
Oh
giving
my
us live
goodness.
updates.
I just saw it. It was pretty crazy.
Is he not a? He's a star in his league,
That don't make you an all-star though.
bruh. It really
That don't
should.
make you
That,
an All-Star.
I mean, okay, Al
Devin
Horford
Booker was a star.
made an All-Star game. Is he an
All-Star?
All-Star? Al Horford made an All-Star game. Is he an All-Star?
No.
At
you're
the
not-
time,
Okay,
at the
then.
time,
So
he
it
At the
don't
was
time, he was
matter.
an All-Star. Are you not catching
your
on?
position
It
fluctuates
don't
through
matter.
season.
Al Horford is pretty good though. He's pretty
He was
solid.
in
And he was a
deep
former top
Western
10 pick.
conference where there were twos getting in over him. I mean, bruh, it's plenty of seasons you could point to and be like, okay, he could have made it this year, or he could have made it that year.
Well,
Look
maybe
at Bradley Beal, averaged 30 and missed the All-Star game last year. That's ludicrous.
He wasn't winning, Jalen. Your team wasn't winning
Well,
games. It's simple.
Just like how they're not winning now.
It should be simply off of who
That's
the
facts,
best
John.
player
That's
is.
facts, John. They're not winning games now. So
Which
Bill
is-
and Russ,
that's
Bill and
the
Russ,
Because in the Pro Bowl, in the Pro Bowl, you get recognized for your play, your individual play. It should be the same for the NBA, in my opinion.
There's too many good players. Like
yeah, that's what I say.
I pick people that lose.
Just luck. Okay.
Real quick, Bruce, to add on to your point about the Grizzlies not making the playoffs, Jaylen Brown has 44 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, no, Jaylen Brown is fine.
Wait, yeah,
against Memphis.
They're playing
44
Memphis though.
against Memphis.
like in total. I thought you said in a quarter he has 44. I'm about to say,
Oh, yes,
Through 3
44 in the
quarters.
third. Yeah.
got you.
The Grizzlies are cooked right now for the next couple of weeks. It's okay.
And that was one of my takeaways too.
Yeah, he
like
definitely
before
played him.
Ja got hurt, I was gonna say I really feel like no cap, every NBA team has a chance to make the playoffs. Not to win it all, but I do feel like every team has that chance. The rosters are good enough to compete. It ain't really been that many blowouts. The only blowouts we've seen is when player management and they're
There's been a lot of blowouts this year.
But that's what I'm saying. Those players aren't playing like the Bucks when they played the Heat. Jimmy wasn't playing. Jimmy's not letting that happen. When the Clippers got blown out, Kawhi wasn't playing.
Paul
So
George.
these blowouts, Paul George. I mean, bro, that was ridiculous. I don't know what happened, but they came back and won the next game by like 20 or 30. So they're going to be straight. Regardless, if a player that's a star for the team don't play, we're going to see more blowouts. But regardless, if they do play, then we're going to see a lot of more competition, which makes me believe that any team in the East or West has a chance to make a playoff run in their respective conference. So it's up to the Grizzlies now because Ja and Jaren not being there. Like, I think it's gonna be too far back. Like they're not gonna make it.
I think the deficit will be too large for them to overcome.
There are
too many good teams in the West. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know how many games he out. It might be like if they play 2-3 games a week, he out 3 weeks. He might miss 9, 10, 12, maybe 12 max games. That's not.
It's only like 60. It's only like 60 left.
But he was dropping 40 in the games he played, so I could see them actually being okay.
He did drop 40 the first game.
Wait, did we talk about the Pelicans yet?
For them first.
What, Jalen?
Did we talk about the Pelicans?
We did not.
We got beat by
the recap, man.
Got beat by the Suns bad yesterday. I mean, I didn't even watch it, to be honest, but I saw the stats. Chris Paul and Devin Booker not even the reason they lost. So Cam Johnson went off, I saw. And then Zion looked good. BI looked good. Lonzo looks like he's not playing bad. In one game, he hit 3 threes. The question mark that me and my fellow Pelicans fans are having is Eric Bledsoe. What do you?
Yeah, your fellow.
He scored like 7. Like he's averaging like near 7 points. He scored 7 yesterday. He scored 7 the game before that. And everybody like that's not gonna cut it. And
useless.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Bledsoe is not on the team by the end of the year. So that's just what it is. But defensively, he blocked DeRozan for game. We was up by 3, and DeRozan shot a 3 to try to go to overtime, and he blocked it. So defensively, amazing. Mentor-wise, probably amazing. I don't necessarily he's not getting the buckets yet, but that comes with whatever.
On the contrary, though, I feel like Drew Holiday, who Eric was traded for, he's not having the best of seasons in Milwaukee either. Like right now, their team just happens to be really good.
Score a lot, but he will clamp. He's gonna clamp people.
Eric Bledsoe's not gonna score a lot. But the system before he got in was BI operating really as the playmaker of the team and the scorer of the team, with Zion being that second
B.I.
scorer as well.
Last night, but Lonzo's the playmaker. But B.I. is the best scorer, so the ball automatically goes his way.
I feel like he's averaging more assists this year than Lonzo.
He is. He had 60 last night or 7 or something like that, something crazy like that. So,
I mean, he's one of those players where he does need the ball in his hand to be effective. Like,
right. And that's why he wasn't good. Wasn't good with the Lakers because he didn't have the ball in his hand.
Because he didn't have the ball in his hand, right? And Lonzo, I mean, he's not that type of player, but Lonzo just don't care. Like Lonzo just like
Lonzo off
whatever.
the ball has got him better because JJ Redick been working on him. So he
yeah, he's trying to get his shot like smooth and solid, consistent, which is what y'all need, consistency. I think Lonzo not scoring like at least 15 every single night is gonna hurt, because you can't expect Zion to go off every night. Obviously he's not. I expect B.I. to average 25 a game. I'm sorry, like you're supposed to. You're the star. You're supposed to. Because he averaged, what, 24, 23 last year?
I think it was 25, 26.
I think he averaged more than that.
He was like 25, 26, I think, last year.
Exactly. But Zion's going to give you hustle and energy, and that should, transfer throughout the team. I mean, y'all, I like what y'all doing right now.
The rotation seems short. They don't play that many people. Like Kira Lewis Jr., our rookie from Alabama, he don't play that much. The Kill don't really play that much. Nicole Melly, I haven't seen much of him. I think it really be like an 8-9 man rotation. So the bench really is JJ Redick, Josh Hart, Jackson Hayes. But I mean, I don't, like I said, I picked them to go to the playoffs, but I honestly don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't make it. Like I don't expect Stan Van Gundy to come in there and just be a switch like that to get him going.